How's it going, guys? Bibi here with Love Live Sunshine's second episode review. So this episode was pretty much dedicated to convincing Rika to join the Idol Club. The episode starts off with a montage where Rika is constantly apologising for not joining the Idol Club. She starts off sincere, but she gets asked so often that she looks like she's getting rather irritated with Chica. I must say that this was a fun way to get the point across. This is followed by Chica and Yu talking about costume designs. It's revealed that Yu is fascinated by uniforms in a funny little skit where she shows off a bunch of different uniforms that she says that she's intending to make for their first live concert. They finally ended off by Yu showing the actual costume that she's deciding to make, and I must say that it looks very cute. It's at this point that I find myself rather concerned that Yu is actually going to become a Katori ripoff. So I really hope that they build on Yu's character and give her something to distinguish her from her predecessor. I feel like that maybe down the track they should have had a character that can make costumes, and they decided to just wear their school uniform for their first live concert. Speaking of distinguishing characters from their predecessors, there is a part where Daya ends up announcing that she is a die-hard fan of the Muse. This happens after Chica has been mispronouncing the Muse name as Use. Chica accidentally turns on the PA system somehow, and while this is happening, Daya is talking about the Muse and how wonderful they are. So she ends up accidentally telling the whole school about how wonderful the Muse are and that she's a bit of a fan. While the scene was cute and I found it quite funny, I do feel like that they could have left out the whole PA system and announcing it to the school, where Daya could have just been yelling at Chica and Yu and saying how wonderful the Muse are instead of putting in this little PA trope. But what the scene does do positively is that it's distinguishing Daya from Ellie. Pretty much it's showing how positive idols are in Daya's eyes, instead of how Ellie was looking at idols negatively. Anyways, later on in the episode, Chica and Yu run into Ruby and Hanamaru. There's a short little skit where Ruby is hiding behind a tree and Chica is trying to draw her out with a lollipop. I found this so cute, and to tell you the truth, Ruby is really growing on me. Ruby just reminds me of a little mouse or a rabbit, especially the way that Chica was drawing her out with the lollipop. Once Ruby is out in the open, Chica jumps on her and gives her a big hug while chucking the lollipop up in the air, and miraculously this lollipop ends up in Ruby's mouth. I found this quite funny and it was a nice little touch. So once all that's done, they hop on the bus and they're having a bit of a conversation about idols. So first we find out that Hanamaru is an assistant at the library, so she's too busy to join the Idol Club. Meanwhile, Ruby is Daya's little sister, so she can't join the Idol Club because Daya doesn't like the idea of an Idol Club. Even though it's very obvious that Ruby wants to join the Idol Club, especially if we think back to the first episode where we see Ruby looking at the flyer and she's very interested and she gets all excited when she talks about them having a live show. It's at this point where it's obvious that the relationships between the characters are a lot more complex than the first series. Instead of it being comparable to Love Live, the first series, instead I feel like that the characters are a bit more comparable to Durarara. Everyone seems to have a link to other characters from other year groups, which I find really interesting. Going back to the conversation between Chica and Ruby and how Daya doesn't like idols, I found myself rather interested in that story and wanting to know more about why Daya isn't interested in having an idol group in the school and why Ruby loves idols so much. After all that, Chica gets off of the bus and says goodbye to her friends. She then runs into Rika standing on the beach. They then start talking about how Rika wants to hear the sound of the ocean, and so Chica invites her to come back in the weekend to go diving with Yu and Chica. So jumping forward to the weekend, and they all go diving, and to start off with, Rika can't hear any type of music. She's not getting very inspired. But then Chica has an idea and they go down once more. And then they end up going into a beautiful part of the ocean, which I found rather lovely and it looked very inspiring. They then swim back up and it turns out that Rika heard something and she seems to be inspired. And it's at this point where things get rather cheesy because it turns out that Chica and Yu both heard the same thing. They all start giggling and they're all happy and they're hugging. And It's a lovely sight, but at the same time I slightly cringed at the fact of how cheesy the scene was. I mean, the fact that they all say that they all heard the same thing and they all think that they heard this miraculous music, it is pretty cheesy. The next day at school, Rika tells Chika that she's going to write music for the group, but she's not going to join the group as an idol. At the end of the day, they then go back to Chika's house to write lyrics, and it's at this point where Rika is confronted with Chika's dog. She seems to have some sort of issue with the dog and she looks really freaked out by it. And I hope that they put in some more extra bits and pieces throughout the series between Rika and the dog, because I found this hilarious. So after some shenanigans with the plush lobster, which by the way I'd totally buy if it was official merch, they write the lyrics and then Rika goes home at the end of the night to write the music. So weirdly enough, it's revealed that Chika and Rika live next door to each other and their rooms are facing each other. So Rika was playing the piano and singing, and then all of a sudden she sees Chika's face next door, and Chika is rather happy about the fact that Rika's living next door. Rika then says that she doesn't want to give up on piano, even though she's been rather unmotivated and she hasn't been loving doing piano as much as what she used to. She then says that she can't join the idol club because of this, that she doesn't want to give up on piano. Chika then starts convincing Rika that she can join the idol club and that she can go back to piano if she doesn't enjoy it, and that it can't hurt to try. Rika seems to think that it's selfish to join the idol club with that premise, that she's only doing it half-heartedly and that she's going to go back to piano one day. Chika, however, just wants her to join and that she wants her to be happy, which I think is lovely. So we get to the last scene where Chika is leaning out the window to touch Rika's hand. And oh my god, the difference between those two on how much effort is given is amazing. You look at Chika, she's reaching so far out the window that she's pretty much climbing out the window at this point, and she's giving about 150%. Where Rika, on the other hand, she's just leaning over the banister and she's giving all of 30%. Needless to say, look at this picture, who's trying the hardest? So my feelings with this episode is that there were a lot of cute and funny interactions. It did drag on a little bit, but I enjoyed it. I just hope that it's not going to drag on this long with introducing every single character. I hope that they bring in a few of the other characters together, like Hanamaru and Ruby. I don't know, I want to see a lot of the characters come in together so then we can get on with the series. So that was my review for episode 2. I'm really sorry that it's a bit late because episode 3 is out. Things will get back to normal as of the next episode review. I have a bunch of new things that will be coming out and I've been working hard, and this one kinda got behind, so thank you for your patience and I will be getting things back up and running very soon. So what was your thoughts on this episode? Was there anything that you found annoying, or did you find anything funny? Leave them all down in the comments below, I'm looking forward to reading them all. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big like and share it out to all your friends. I'd really appreciate it and it helps me out a lot. If you haven't already, go have a look at the rest of my channel. I do weekly anime recommendations, weekly anime news twice a week, and I've got so much extra content coming out, so make sure to check it all out. I'm on social media, I've got a Facebook and a Twitter, and I'm online constantly, so make sure to like me and follow me on there. And if you want to see more from me and more content like this, then please make sure to subscribe for a wide range of anime content. From Moe to Mika, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!